Welcome this chapter on S3 website and Route 53. So in this chapter, I want to show you that after you enable website hosting in S3, how you can configure Route 53 and your custom DNS provider to point your custom domain to the S3 website. So in this example, I have a custom domain that's known as itsanewworld.com. I've created this on the GoDaddy account. I've then created an S3 bucket with the same name. So the S3 bucket name is itsanewworld.com. I've uploaded an index.html file. I've enabled website hosting. I then added a hosted zone in Route 53 and added an alias record. And finally, I've added the name servers of AWS to my custom DNS provider. So let me go through these steps in the console and my custom DNS provider to show you exactly what I have done. So here I am in my AWS console. I am in Amazon S3. You will note that I have a bucket named as itsanewworld.com. I said that in order for this to work with Route 53 and your custom domain name, the bucket name has to match the domain name. So I have a custom domain name that's called itsanewworld.com and I have created a bucket accordingly. If I go to my bucket, I have two files. I have an index.html file and a new.html file. If I go on to the properties of my bucket, I have enabled static website hosting. So that's nothing special that we've already seen. And I have provided the index.html as my index document. So now if I go to this endpoint, I can basically view my file. So we've already seen this in static website hosting. Now what else have we done? So let me now go on to Route 53. Route 53 is in the networking and content delivery section. In Route 53, I have actually created something known as a hosted domain. And you will see that the hosted domain has the same name as that of my custom domain. So I have a custom domain registered on GoDaddy and I've added this as the same name of my domain in Route 53. Let me click on it. I've already gone in and created some record sets. Now these two records are automatically created when you create a hosted zone, and these are just the name servers which are used by AWS to make sure that you can route to this domain from the outside world. Now I have gone ahead and actually created a record that is an alias record. Now how did I do this? I went to create a record set. In the record set, I left this blank since I want to browse to itsanewworld.com and be directed to my S3 website. And then I clicked on alias as yes. So when you say alias as yes, you can actually point a Route 3 hosted zone, or you can actually point a Route 3 record set to one of your internal resources in AWS. If I click on the alias target, it will actually load my internal S3, my ELBs, my CloudFront, my Elastic Beanstalk. What I've done is that I have just clicked on the S3 website endpoint and this will automatically come. Now note, this will only come because the name of the record set matches the name of the S3 bucket, which is itsanewworld.com. Again, I am reiterating this because this is an important point. And then all I did was click on create. And that's how I got this record. This is an alias record. Let's forget this record for the moment. So I have 3 records now in Route 53. What's the next step? Well, the next step is to go to your custom DNS provider. Now in my case, my domain name was bought from GoDaddy. So here I am in my GoDaddy account. I have two domains listed under my name. So I said I use the domain itsanewworld.com. So this is a domain I actually bought online from GoDaddy. Now if you click on this and you click on name servers and click on set name servers, you actually have two options. So one is standard that's available by GoDaddy. But if you want this domain name to actually go to AWS and then go through your S3 bucket, you need to add the custom name servers. And from where did I get these custom name servers? Well, if I go back to Route53 and if I go back to this record set of NS, that's name servers, I need to copy each of the name servers and push it over here by clicking on add name server. That's all I've done. So I've taken the 4 name servers, added over here and clicked on the save button. So now I have also made sure that my DNS provider can go to AWS, and when it goes to AWS, AWS will see that this URL should actually go to my S3 bucket. So now let me open browser. Let me go to itsanewworld.com. And I get hello world. Now this hello world is actually my index.html file which is hosted in my S3 bucket. So here you've seen how from my custom DNS provider, it's actually gone to Route53. What Route53 has done is that because we have a hosted zone, it's looked at the record set, which is the alias record set, and the alias record set has gone to the S3 website and loaded the index.html file. So I just added one more record, that was just the CNAME record. That was just to basically redirect if someone were to type in www.itsanewworld.com, and that will actually go to itsanewworld.com. It was just simple. So in this chapter, we've seen how to use Route53 with an S3 website, and I hope this was useful. That marks the end of this chapter. Let's move on to the next.